Real Madrid have set an £86 million price tag for Rodrygo if Liverpool to make a move. Mark Guehi's price has been set and Palace aren't budging. And Luis Diaz has had a bid from Bayern Munich, which has obviously been rejected by Liverpool. But will the Reds sell the Colombian? People, it's one of your favorite shows of the week. It's KOP-ISH Collab with Tom Little and a late Don Hassam. Sit back, relax. Let's get into it.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel. Please do smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. Make sure you comment in the comment section and also subscribe to Tom Little's channel and Don Hassam's channel. Drift, Tom, how are you guys doing today?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I mean, I've got a bone to pick with you there. You know, the intro again. Still not on it. We're a month away from the new season. I was told I was going to be on the intro before the new season. We'll run out of time here now, mate.
Yeah, we got a month. We also said that we'd sign a new striker before the start of the season. We still got a month to go. We're not crashing out on the club yet, are we? Can't clash out on us, surely.
The club have at least given me Florian Wirtz and Frimpong and Kerkez. You know, so far all I've had is Drifty at least getting the show organised a couple of months ago when you wouldn't.
Never gonna live this one down. Do you know what? Speaking of strikers, Tom, it's not on the agenda, but you've got a bit of a bombshell. I don't know what this is. Drift don't know what it is. Go on, Tom. What you got for us this week, brother?
You say that like it's a segment every week. What's Tom's stupid approach for the show?
I never use the word stupid.
No, but you heavily implied it by what you made out. I don't even think you necessarily hate this one that much. You'd just be a bit like, how's it going to work? Would you lot do Morgan Rogers up front as a false nine? I don't think it's that outlandish.
It is.
I don't think it
that
is.
Completely takes away everything he's good at, Tom.
It doesn't, know because he played there at Middlesbrough.
But what's made him who he is powerful midfield running, bro. You totally take that.
So you play him as that false nine. He can use that powerful running to run at the defence.
And then fries in the bag, Thomas.
His physical presence means that you have a bit of
why are we gonna act like Chelsea and Man City and just buy a player and play him in the wrong position, Tom? Why would we do that?
Because I'm looking at it and I'm going, if I've got to deal with Ekatike or Rogers up front, I'd rather do Rogers up front. That can at least be more exciting.
No.
And you can rotate with the other guys that you got. I think it just makes it a dead fluid system. And I like my fluid systems.
Look, I'm all for Morgan Rogers playing for Liverpool. Supreme talent. False nine? No way, bro.
I think you got to see the vision on it. I think you got to see the vision.
Sorry, don't cut you, Tom. On strikers, your guy Retegi's going to Saudi.
That Saudi bag has robbed us. Is
this now is this a Tom curse or
no?
I'm just asking what the people.
I can't have a curse because I simply say too many names. You can't factor it down to a curse of me. I say about 50 names. Of course, only one of them is going to happen.
Tom, do you think no one went in for him because he maybe not as good as you thought he is?
No one went in for him because Saudi Arabia paying him fucking like 500 grand a week, and he wants the Saudi bag.
Oh, okay, fair dues.
We can't match that, can we?
Do you know what? I had a wild shout yesterday on Jamie's chat, big up channel. Big up Jamie. I know he's in the chat, so subscribe to Jamie's channel as well. Drift seemed to be on board with this. Tom, I want to hear your thoughts on this. If and when we sign Isak, what about Vlahovic as the backup?
Oh my fuck, that's worse than Rogers up front.
On a free. That's
worse than Rogers up front. I'm telling you right now. I would rather spend 70 million quid on Morgan Rogers and play him up front than sign Vlahovic for free. Vlahovic is wank. Juventus have very few good players, and they're willing to pay him to fuck off. And you think that is our level? a player that
Arsenal did the same thing with Aubameyang, and he went on to be top goal scorer.
They told Aubameyang to fuck off because he was a problem for Arteta and his authoritarian thing. They're telling Vlahovic to fuck off because he's shit. He's not pissing anyone off. He's just shit.
No, but Tom, we're talking about Isak's through the door, and because of the obviously the unfortunate circumstance around Jota, we now won't have a backup striker, right?
I'd rather
we're talking about Vlahovic being a backup striker.
I'd rather give the season to Danz than sign Vlahovic. Bear in mind, you've got to bear in mind Vlahovic was on because he's still not gone. Ridiculous money at Juventus. He's not. How much do you think we should pay a backup striker, especially when we get Isak? Because Isak coming in means that there's a clear hierarchy in the season. 100 grand.
Take it or leave it.
I'm not paying. I don't want to pay Vlahovic 100 grand. No chance. Because he's not going to play the minutes for a 100 grand player. I want to be paying that backup striker at most 80 grand a week. At most.
Sorry to cut you. Going to bring one of our other panelists. Nice and early as always. Big up, Hassam. How you doing, bro?
Did you just call me a camel rider? Is that what you just said? Did you say I need to go outside and eat some sand? Shall I expose what you just said? Is that what you're saying? You're calling me the time terrorist. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I rate it, Hassam. I rate it. How you doing, bro?
Listen, I was eating lunch with my 60-year-old mom and dad on the special day because they insisted that I eat lunch with them today. So big up mom, big up dad, big up the Kopish community. Hey, and at least it wasn't 43 minutes late.
That was once, and I was actually not feeling too well. Hence why I slept in quite late.
I only have 30 more minutes to go to get to your 43 minutes.
Sam. Question.
No.
We are asking you to answer this question.
We're going to ask both questions. We're going to ask both.
No. Phrase it as one. Gun to your head, Sam. You have to pick one of these options.
For backup striker.
Vlahovic on a free.
Hold on, no, you didn't pitch your one as a backup striker.
I never pitched them as I just said I'd explore it as an option up front.
So we have to have the two questions different then, because they're not the same.
No. I'm happy to have them as the backup
Drift,
striker.
you're the mediator here. Should they be two separate questions or one question?
Yeah, there should be two separate questions.
There we go.
Okay.
Cool. The Kopish boys stick together.
That's the guy we're gonna trust with the quiz, by the way, Tom.
Sam,
Sam, you'll see why it needs to be two separate questions. It's not why.
You can imagine the questions we're going to get in this quiz, aren't you? We're going to be asked who was the starting 11 in Liverpool's game in 1987 against Wolves, and then Cal's going to get, can you spell the word Liverpool, Cal?
Yeah.
Sam, how would you feel about Liverpool signing Morgan Rogers as a false nine?
Like shit. I don't want to see that at all.
Cool. Who do you think came up with that suggestion?
That has toml1ttle written all over it. Easily.
Exactly, because it's a good suggestion.
Okay.
You need to put the City away thing in the bag. We did it once.
We done it twice.
And it worked. But imagine playing Morgan Rogers false nine at home to to Burnley or something, bro.
That will work.
Bro, hell will freeze before we unlock that low block.
Sam, imagine a front four. Imagine a front four of Salah, Rodgers, Wirtz, Rodrygo. You're telling me that wouldn't
go, chat. We have bought Florian Wirtz, beating the likes of Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Real Madrid, so he can play through balls to Morgan Rogers.
No, he's going to play the through balls to the wingers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's why you're buying Rodrygo to do the inside forward stuff.
Put the football manager in the bag. Just give it up, man. Just give it up.
All right. So now you've established that was Tom's suggestion. My suggestion with this, Sam. If and when we get Isak, we still need a backup striker.
Mm-hmm.
I would potentially look at signing Vlahovic on a free as backup striker. What are your thoughts?
That's also a shit suggestion.
Thank you.
I think the best backup striker available would be Mikotadze from Lyon. That's the guy.
They're not going to sell cheap.
But you'd have to pay for that.
Oh, Lyon definitely need money. Yeah, but he won't cost a lot. I think you could probably get that deal for like £25 million.
I doubt it. They were asking for like 50 for Fofana.
No, I don't think they can sell him for 50. I think 30. Okay, you want to know something? Probably 30 gets him out the door.
I know Vlahovic hasn't been great, right? I know he didn't live up to the hype. I get that. But I don't get why people are thinking it's such a crazy suggestion from Cal, because even though he hasn't hit the heights we thought he would, remember, we're talking about backup. We're also talking about slightly different profile, so you can use as a plan B, not only a backup, a plan B, a target man. Last 10 minutes, have somebody in the box who can add that little bit of extra predatoriness. And he actually has a 1 in 2 GA at Juventus. Like, he's got 100 in 140 games.
I don't think he's the striker you think he is, you know.
Like, a 1 in 2 isn't like he's some absolute waste man. Yes, he hasn't lived up to the hype.
Taker as well.
But if he comes in on a decent wage,
fucking hell.
If he comes in on a decent wage, then as long as we're not paying him some astronomical, stupid amount of money.
But that's the inherent problem. Vlahovic is on ridiculous money at Juve. He's not gonna come to Liverpool and take pennies, because your whole thing is going
a week, ain't pennies.
He won't take that though. I promise you, he won't take that, because you've got to bear in mind, Dusan Vlahovic is incredibly overrated, but Dusan Vlahovic is going to have some club out there think we can fix him, and they will pay him a lot of money to do that. I look at it this way: if you're buying Alexander Isak, your striker hierarchy changes. For the past 3 years, Liverpool have not had a first choice and a second choice. We've often had 1A, 1B. They've both played very similar amounts of minutes. They've both started very similar amounts of games.
You talk about strikers you're talking about, yeah?
Yeah, for the past 3-4 years, our striker situation has been multiple people getting similar amounts of minutes there. It's not been a case of one is because the options have been similar and level.
No, it's because Jota, rest his soul, was injured and the others didn't live up to what they were meant to do. Or Nunes didn't live up to what he was meant to do.
Okay, so I'll go to 21-22. But Jota wasn't injured in that second half of the season. Jota was just on the bench a lot. Because
Mane was in balance form in the second half of the
season. We rotate the minutes. 22-23. Roberto Firmino played a lot. Nunes played a lot. And when Jota was fit, he played. That's 3 of them who all got similar amounts.
Plus, that was under Klopp, Tom. We can't really count anything that happened because Slot's a totally different type of manager.
But last season, then, it was Jota and Diaz mainly rotating, with Nunes coming in when both of them needed to be rested or were injured. Our strikers, we've never had a clear number 1 and a clear number 2, and the clear number 1 playing the majority of the minutes. It's always been very similar minutes with people having the preferences. If you sign Alexander Isak, you have clear number 1. No doubt about it. Alexander Isak is your number 1 striker. Alexander Isak is playing as many minutes as possible. Therefore, to sell the backup striker, it's like us trying to sell the backup to Isak is like us trying to sell the backup to Salah, just slightly better because Isak might get injured a little bit more. But it's still not going to be worth that. Vlahovic isn't going to come in and go, I'll sit on the bench. I'm going to do that. At 25, I'm going to sit on the bench for Liverpool Football Club.
No, but it all depends about what options he has, Tom. Imagine if he's only got clubs like
club that pays for him.
Imagine if, maybe Saudi might come in, but apart from that, he'll probably have the Sampdorias, the Brentfords.
He'll have more than that.
He'll have those type of clubs willing to take a punt.
He'll have more than that. Also,
well, if he'll have more than that, then that proves he's a better player than people saying he's some bum that ain't worth 100 grand.
But he is some bum. He is some bum. He will have better options than that.
He's not a bum. He's just not a great first teamer. But he's not a bum.
He's on 400,000 euros a week at Juve, and the man. That's how much he's on.
Yeah, but that was Juve just making a mistake. That's all.
Why do you think he's going to take a 75% pay cut though?
Because nobody's paying him. Do you think anybody's paying him that much?
No one's going to pay him that much.
Saudi,
unless he goes to Saudi, nobody's giving him that money.
But it's not even like, I'm not even saying that he's going to get the 400 grand a week somewhere else. There'll be someone that gives him 200 grand a week.
Yeah, but let's forget about that. Forget about that. Let's talk about whether it would be a good, viable option for Liverpool to have him as a backup to Isak.
Okay, you want to know something? As a backup to Isak, as a target man striker, it's not that bad of an idea.
He's not a target man, no. He's shit in the air. He's actually really shit in the air.
He's not shit.
He's so bad.
Well, why you never mention Morgan Rogers in the air?
Because I wouldn't play to Morgan Rogers in the air. I've not sat there and sold Morgan Rogers the target man.
So Frimpong and Kirk's overlapping will be crossing it to Morgan Rogers.
they'll be cutting it back to Morgan Rogers. Yes.
Oh, really? Cutting it back because there will
But
be
you know, target man doesn't always mean that he has to get on the end of it to
because
head.
there will be space in opposition boxes who are completely parking the bus at Anfield. You are
100%
correct.
there
For
will be.
cutbacks.
There's always space in
Yeah,
the boxes.
100%. There's
There's
going to be
always
space
space
for
in the box.
cutbacks.
100% there will be.
We are going to be facing a low block 28 out of the 38 games, just so you know.
And
I'd probably go 32.
And our back double tend to break.
It's not even just the top 6. That's not the teams that I'm talking about. I mentioned it last time.
I'm saying 32 out of the 38.
I'll actually tell you the exact number now, yeah? Because there are some teams where in their own backyard. So you got the 3 relegated teams. Spurs now with Thomas Frank. Wolves, Manchester United, West Ham, Everton, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Brentford. We're already at the 10 teams that will 100% park the bus against us home and away. That's 20. Brighton's going to park the bus at Anfield, 21. Bournemouth will park it at Anfield, 22. Forest home and away, 24. Villa home and away, 26. Newcastle, I would say...
Home and away.
Okay, fair enough, 28. Chelsea won't park the bus against us. They actually play football. Manchester City play football. Arsenal would park it at Anfield. I'd say 29. So that's 29 games. 38. 29 out of 38 is against low blocks / defensive teams.
But we put how many low blocks did we play last
season? That Tom doesn't realize. This what we did away at Manchester City. And this is why it worked. What we did away at Manchester City is we showed respect to Manchester City. We're like, guys, you can have the ball. It's okay. We're going to be a bit more defensive and we're going to play you on the counter-attack. The reason why that Jones-Soboslai thing in the double false 9 worked is because playing against Manchester City, we knew that they were going to allow us spaces on the counter-attack. Therefore, Soboslai made use of those spaces. And we ended up scoring the goals that we ended up scoring. Even if you noticed, obviously, the first one was a set-piece goal. The second goal is literally a perfect counter-attack. Mo plays it to Soboslai, and it's like, 2-0, and it's game over. The problem is that against those, 29 games, let's say we're playing Burnley at Anfield, right? Morgan Rogers and Soboslai double false 9 or with Verts or whoever. By nature, because they're number 10s, they will always be pass first. They'll always be trying to look for that through ball, trying to look for someone to play the pass to. And now you're putting all of the goal-scoring mantra on Gakpo and on Mo. And for me, by definition, I've already said, I don't think Mo scores 29 goals this season. And the whole point of me wanting a striker is to take off some of that goal-scoring expectations off of him. Because that's the problem that I had this season. It's like, it's essentially Mo or nothing. That's the problem with the forward line. Like even when the others are scoring, it's for the most part even him creating or playing the pass before the pass or doing stuff like this. So that's the thing that I think is the problem. That's why for me, and people always ask this question, would you rather Ekitike and Rodrygo or Isak and Fofana? And the answer to that question for me personally is Isak and Fofana. Because on the wings, I'm okay. I'm not panicking about our wing situation as things stand, but up top we are not okay. We're just not. That's the thing.
Can I ask you guys a question then? If you're
that's the whole point of this thing.
Yeah. For example, Tom, you're
really Cal, don't ask me a question. We'll just sit here in silence.
You're really against the Vlahovic signing, but there's a massive drop off from an Isak to a Jayden Danns, and Jayden Danns can't even prove that he can stay fit. Sam's already given a name. Apart from Morgan Rogers, could you give another name then, Tom? Who could go out and get
to be the backup?
Yeah.
Evan Gwesson or Mohamed Amora.
Drift.
I also like Mika Tadzi as well, by the way, but I do think he might just be a little bit too
Mika Tadzi would be my first choice as well. But
I'll be honest with you, Cal. My backup would be Diaz. So even if you buy Rodrygo, I keep Diaz.
Goes though, bro.
No, I know, but that's what I would do. I like the idea of Diaz and Rodrygo, both in the squad, both can cover the entire front three on any flank, whether it be central, middle, 10, right, left. I just think that would make our squad superb. I wish that was what the situation was. Liverpool gave Diaz a new contract, bought Rodrygo, and then Diaz and Rodrygo can both have a plethora of opportunities in covering different areas of the squad. That's what I would do.
All right. Looking at the ages of Gwesson, he's 24. Mikataze is 24. Vlahovic is 25. How many of them are going to be easy to convince to come and play Liverpool as second fiddle effectively. Given that, why are you so convinced Evan Gwesson would?
Because right now his options are either this summer he's had a lot of interest from Tottenham and who's the other one? Another decently sized Premier League club. And they were selling him on being that because Evan Gwesson can do every position in the front line. A little bit less so on the left, but he can 100% do right and striker. So he's not only coming in to be the backup striker, he can come in and get minutes elsewhere as well. That's the other problem with Vlahovic. You are limiting yourself to where he can play. I think that what Liverpool need is a front line or a front line set of options, which are you've got a guy who's just designated right winger, a guy who's designated striker, a guy who's designated left winger, a guy who's designated 10. And then your backups can all fill in multiple roles. So your backup right winger can also be your striker. Your backup 10 can also do a job on the right or the left. Your backup left winger can do a job up front or on the right potentially. Having that fluidity as your backups means that you can play the guy who's in form more often than not, because you're not sitting there going, well, I know you're in form at the minute, but because you can only play that position and the starters there, we're kind of a bit fucked. So I think that the likes of Gwesson and Mika Tadzi can do a job on the left, I think. Although, again, it's not as great, but he's still a good option. And I think with Mika Tadzi, I think Vlahovic is a problem because of his stature at Juve. He was the starter at Juve on 400 grand a week. I just don't think his ego is going to go, you know what, yeah, I'll go be the backup and get substitute minutes behind Alexander Isak. The other guys are up-and-comers at teams in and around. So, like, Gwesson's at Nice, Mika Tadzi's at Lyon, and more of my other guys at Wolfsburg. These guys will come in and do the rotation piece because it's the jump from club to club. It's the jump from Wolfsburg to Liverpool, from Nice to Liverpool, etc. I think they'd be more willing to do it than the likes of Vlahovic, who'd have to take a 75% pay cut and then go and have about 3/4 of his minutes taken away as well.
That's fair. Hassam, I'm going to come to you because a question or a point that Tom makes is getting players who are versatile. Have we gone too far with this whole versatility thing, and sometimes do we just need to get someone who's a specialist in that position as opposed to always buying someone who can play
100%? We have gone way too far with this versatility thing. You know, I don't want 6 players who can play point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, and just do this like this whole rotate. Everyone's trying to keep talking about PSG because it's always like, what have you done for me lately? And Tom will understand the reference. I like to reference other sports sometimes because things like this make sense. When the Golden State Warriors won the championship winning threes, everyone started getting, players who can shoot threes. The problem is none of you have Steph. That's the problem. You look at the situation in football right now. Everyone wants to replicate PSG. Okay. You want to replicate PSG. Get me players who have the technical ability, because that's the most important thing of Doué, Kvara, Dembele, and Bradley Barcola, and I promise you we can do it. And then after you do that, you have to go get me players who are as good at passing as Vitinha, Joao Neves, and Fabian Ruiz. The only one in our midfield that we have that's capable of doing that is McAllister, as things stand. And get me fullbacks like Pacho and Hakimi. Okay, now you can say we have the fullbacks. Now you can say you have the midfielder in McAllister, but you still need probably 2 more. That means you got to sell Gravenberch the day after. And the forward line, the entirety of the forward line literally has to change. Every single player has to change because Gakpo can't do what PSG do. Diaz can do to an extent. To an extent, he can do it. But the problem is we're just trying to imitate something that's not us. At the end of the day, over these last 5 years...
Why do people want to play that PSG? Let PSG be PSG, man.
Yeah, I agree with you, Drifty. I'm with you.
I'm with you.
I think there is this obsession online with just being PSG 2.0. We need to.
I don't think the club are trying to do that. I think the fans want the club to do that. I don't think
that's
PSG looks so
looking at Isak.
I think that people are going too far with it. I think that comparisons with certain areas of the pitch aren't outlandish. The fact that, look at how PSG's fullbacks play with Mendes and Hakimi. Us signing Frimpong, who's a very attacking right back, and Kerkez, who's a bit more of a complete fullback, very much mirrors that. In terms of the attack, I don't think we mirror that because for them, their main guy is their striker. For us, we still have Mohamed Salah. Every single minute that Mohamed Salah is at Liverpool Football Club, he's the main man. I don't care who you sign. So even if we buy Alexander Isak, Salah's still the main guy that you're going to go through in the attack. So attacking wise, not going to copy it, but certain areas of the team, and it's the fact of how Arne Slot speaks so highly of them. People assume that he's going to straight away go, okay, well, they beat me. I love how they play. Let's just copy that. I don't think it's going to be a full copy, but I wouldn't be shocked if there's elements of it that Arne Slot tries to incorporate.
He's just playing homage. He's just giving credit to a manager, to a great manager doing great things, and their club are looking amazing. We play with more power than PSG. We defend better than PSG. I don't think there's any need to even remotely try it, because if we go to the flying fullbacks, we're just going back to Klopp era. We're not even trying to imitate PSG. It ain't like PSG is the first team to play flying fullbacks. Like PSG are PSG. They do what they do. They've got the players to be able to do what they do. But Liverpool play differently, man.
Even when you say flying fullbacks, when they played against Real Madrid the other night, Hakimi and Mendes, they weren't flying. There were times they would go forward, but they went up and down all the time.
They attack a lot though, Cal. There was one time I thought it was Dembele.
I'll be honest, Cal, I wouldn't use this Club World Cup as a tactical thing. I think the players are just fucking gassed.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Hakimi's popping shots all the time. Mendes is making runs past Crava. They are flying fullbacks, bro.
No, they are, but they also know how to play the game from a defensive standpoint as well. Like when we played PSG, I didn't see Hakimi getting into the box. I rarely saw Mendes going forward because that was because
we were too good. If you go and watch Arsenal, if you go and watch them against Inter Milan, it's all he was doing, bro.
No, but this is my point, no, Drew. I feel like the fan base we can only play one style of football. Yes, PSG have got Hakimi and Mendes. We've got Kerkez and Frimpong. We also have Robertson and Bradley, who are very different profiles to Kerkez and Frimpong. So
I don't think Bradley's that different a fullback.
Very different.
I don't think he is. Attacking wise, I really don't think he is. Defensively, I think Bradley's arguably better. But attacking wise, I think Arne Slot will want them to do similar things, because you've got to look at how Bradley played last season. If you're looking from what you watched last season, Conor Bradley was a very attacking fullback when he played. He was making a lot of attacking runs, and a lot of them were these inside channel runs between the left back and the centre back. Go look at the Real Madrid game. Is his best game of the season, so it's the one I'll hark back to. He's done it in pretty much every game. That chance that he had in the second half, start the second half against Real Madrid, where McAllister puts that cross in, and Bradley's ghosted him because he's made that deep run and gets the header off and Courtois saves it. That's kind of the things that Hakimi does. That's kind of the things that he said. And even Arne Slot said himself, Conor Bradley is the most similar to Hakimi. He said that himself. So I'm not sure that is the one where I'm going, oh. Robertson and Kerkez, you're right on, because Robertson can't do it. We saw last season, Robertson can't do it. But Bradley and Frimpong, I think that's the one which is the closest style commitment that I think we're going for, because it helps Salah out as well. Salah can't keep doing all this running. So if you have people around him to do all the running, he can just focus on what he does best. That's where we went wrong at the back end of last season. We stopped giving Salah the runners. The game plan last season was simply give Salah the ball in good positions and trust he makes the right decision. And for 90% of the season, we did that, and we fucking smashed it. The last 10% of the season, when no one cared, no one was running, what the fuck's he supposed to do? Yeah. So I think we're just trying to go to a full commitment to that style by getting really good runners from right back. You know, we've got Soboslai and Wirtz in the 10, who, yes, Wirtz is a very creative guy, but he also was willing to do the running. In the midfield, you've got guys who will run. Up front, you can have a guy who can hold up and run channels. I think that's the way you want to go with Salah. Give him as many runners, give him as many options, and then pick the ball out. He's still the main guy. I think we all know that. Even if we signed Alexander Isak this summer, even with Wirtz, the football club, next season, Liverpool Football Club are playing to Mohamed Salah because he's the best player on the planet.
I don't think we do. You know?
The difference with your style is not playing to him, Tom. The thing that you refuse to acknowledge is you're still putting the biggest goal-scoring mantra on him. That's the problem. That's why the Rodgers thing I'm completely against. You see how he spoke for 7 minutes and I listened to understand? You will listen to respond. Okay. That's why you'll forever be a fraud on this. Mm-hmm. You know, your new thing for the new season is listen to understand what the other fucker on the panel is saying. Okay? Because you interrupted me 3 words in. How can you understand? You can't.
It was
the problem is, yes. So the problem is, Tom, is once again we're going like, Mo, I need you to score 27, 28 Premier League goals in order for us to win. And I don't want that. I want Mo to go like 22, the striker go like 24, 25, and then the other winger go like 14, 15. That's how, you can retain the league. We can't go Mo 28 again. The problem is, if I do the false 9 thing, that false 9, because he's playing in that position, will probably score like 10 goals, whatever, 11 goals, Firmino numbers. But then, now I need Gakpo to go like 24, and I need Mo to go like 24. So I'm just putting myself in a position where I'm like, okay, it's either you both score or we're in a problem. That's why I need the striker, and the striker will offer you something different. And the concept of having Isak and Vlahovic is a good one, because you get Isak obviously as the starter. You can rotate him, you can rest him. Vlahovic, I'm not a big fan of. I'd rather Mikotadze from Lyon. I've already said, since we're spending the money now, we have money. You get me? We are rich now. We can go get Mikotadze. If not, don't do that. If not, we can go get Vlahovic on a free. But it's for me, I would even like this backup striker, even if it's like Mateta, Vlahovic, whoever, just someone who could play, in the Carabao Cup. Come on, maybe in the last 10 minutes, Isak needs a rest. We're 4-0 up. Blah blah blah. That's it. It's just nothing special. And by the way, even if we sign Ekitike, I'm not mad. I just still think we need a striker.
Guys, is this not? And again, and I agreed with you guys when you said we got to stop doing the constantly having people who can play loads of multiple positions. I agree. It's time to get some specialists in. But at the same time, I'm not highly against the backup players being that way, if you get what I mean. Because
your starters have to be specialists.
Me personally, like I said before, just to regurgitate what I said before, all of these people were trying to figure out what would be best. Would it be him? Would it be him? Would it be him? If we're going to start flexing the muscle, I think we can't do anything better than keep Diaz, put him in a new deal, and buy Rodrygo. And Diaz and Rodrygo were the two you can decide if you want to play up front if Isak's not available. Because Diaz proved he's very good down the middle, and Rodrygo's got a pretty good record down the middle for Real Madrid when he's played there as well. So if you got Gakpo, Rodrygo, and Diaz who can all play left, you've got Salah, Rodrygo, and Diaz who can all play right, and you've got Isak, Rodrygo, and Diaz that can all play down the middle, you have got an absolute perfect blend of first teamers who are specialists and then backup players who can also be first teamers, because that's what I want as well. I want Liverpool to have backup players who could just as easily be the first teamers and you don't bat an eyelid. Who's playing Gakpo, Rodrygo, or Diaz on the left? Who cares? All great players. It is what it is. Horses for courses. Do you get what I mean? Who's playing on the right when Salah goes to AFCON? Or Rodrygo? You mean the guy's played right wing for 4 years? Fine. I'm cool with that. Diaz can now slot in. Do you get what I mean? I want that level. I don't really want the Kevin Durant and I'm not saying he's not good, but it's that backup guy. Is he really that? I'll just keep Diaz by Rodrygo and then just have a multitude of flexibility.
All right, let me pivot into the wing situation, guys.
Tom, after Rodgers is a false 9, you do not get to shake your head.
I will sit there. I'll sit there and shake my head at the notion.
Diaz false 9 is way better than Rodgers false 9.
100%.
That's fine. I won't argue that. All I'll say is I'm not giving Diaz.
Rodgers makes more sense as a DM than he does as a
You're not
false
giving Diaz a new deal for what he deserves a new deal. Why doesn't he? Why would you not?
Why does he not?
He's giving me 1 year. This is 1 year. 1 year where I've sat there for the first time. That is acceptable.
He's been injured for one of the other years.
He played every game but one the year before last. He played every game but one.
Off of a year out with a knee injury.
I don't
What are we doing? What?
Right, first half season, very good player, 4 goals. I was sitting there after that first year. We were going, wow, brilliant, really exciting. He needs to get that output up. Second year,
then he does his knee third game of the following season and misses the whole year.
He doesn't miss the whole year. He still played about 25 games that year, but he
didn't play 25.
No, he didn't. What are you talking about, bro?
How many games? So he got injured in October, by the way, and then he came back in April. So that year he played 17 in the Premier League. He played.
Tom, do you know how little minutes Diaz played the season he did his knee?
I'll tell you how many minutes he played that year.
He played 17 Prem games in 22-23.
Mm-hmm.
No EFL, 3 Champions League games.
He played 20 games in all comps that year. So about what I said. He played about 20 games that year.
What's the minute?
Yeah, same thing.
What minute did he play? Let's look. What was the minutes he played?
1,350 according to transfer market.
That's absolutely nothing, bro.
Okay, but still, we're looking at it going. So in the Premier League, I'll just go Premier League. He got 4 goals in 1,000 minutes. Not great, but injuries we can look by it. Last year, 23-24, 3,615 minutes in all competitions, 51 games, 13 goals. At that point, I'm sitting there going, "You're 27, and you're giving me a goal every 5 games on average. That's not great." And then last year, for the first time in his Liverpool career, Luis Diaz had acceptable levels of output by what I judge an attacker by. And it's only just acceptable, by the way, because he got 17 in all comps. It's only just acceptable because I'm sitting there going, you have to play a different role. When you're on the left, you're quite good. He is 28. He is going to ask.
Is that old?
Yes. For Liverpool, that's old.
28 is old.
Drift. If he gets this contract now, this is the last big contract he's getting.
And he'll be at Liverpool till he's 32, which is exactly how old Salah is right now.
But Mohamed Salah at 28 was putting together seasons of all time.
But Diaz doesn't have to be
just 17.
He doesn't have to just be a numbers man. This has got nothing to do with just numbers. It's about
overall
numbers, contribution.
Attackers are numbers men. I don't look at an attacker and go, I know.
No, it isn't always about numbers.
I am not giving Luis Diaz 200+ grand a week.
Oh, you'll play Morgan Rogers false 9.
Yeah,
Tom, this is insanity, bro.
I will do. I'd rather play Morgan Rogers false 9 against Diaz.
What, so is it because he's young why he can run in the channels? Is that what we're doing?
Morgan Rogers has more.
And I love Morgan Rogers, by the way. As a player, I love Morgan Rogers. He's a top player, but what are we doing?
He has more. Morgan Rogers has more upside and potential than Luis Diaz does. Luis Diaz is 28, and for the first time in his career at Liverpool Football Club, he got how many did he get? 23, 24 again? Let me just check.
By the way, if you're going just off the numbers, why would you want Rodrygo? His numbers are terrible as well.
If you're going just off the numbers, you'd want Gakpo sold as well.
Why do I want Gakpo sold? Gakpo got more GA than Diaz last year.
In the Premier League,
they got pretty much the same.
Diaz actually got more in the Premier League than Gakpo. And the season before, they were pretty much identical as well.
Diaz had more GA, Tom. Don't fall down this hill.
Last season.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing, all comps or just Premier League?
Whatever you want.
Whatever suits the narrative, I guess.
Both, right.
Diaz has more.
Right, so
because the season before, when you said Diaz only got 13 goals, you missed out the fact he got 7 assists, so he had 20 GA as a winger, coming back off of a year out with a knee injury. How many wingers in world football get more than 20 GA in a season? Come on, man, let's be realistic.
Anthony Gordon got 21 GA that season.
And what did he do last year? That was the
Luis Diaz
Anthony Gordon season.
So you're going on about the fact that Luis Diaz got 13 and 7 in 23-24, playing off the left. He played 48 games as a left winger that year.
20 GA is poor.
Cody Gakpo got 16 and 7 that year, playing striker mainly and centre mid.
He's a Liverpool player as well. That's great. The numbers are numbering.
So if you're looking at one to sell, who are you going to sell? You're going to sell the 28-year-old who has given you 1 year where he's finally got the acceptable output, where he's played every season. He's played in his position the entire time.
So 20 GA is not acceptable. You're actually saying that 20 GA is not acceptable from a left winger. I would love you to go through world football and tell me how many left wingers get 20 GA, Tom. Seriously.
I'll have a little look now for you.
And don't bring me Vinicius Jr. or Kylian Mbappe. Bring me players Liverpool could actually replace with Diaz.
While you're doing that, Tom, here's the thing. I'm not a fan of just using GA as a barometer because it never really contextualizes. I always say this. Stats have to be contextualized and the eye test is subjective. The two have to marry one another to be a sustainable conversation. My thing is with this. If you're asking if you have to sell one of the two out of Gakpo and Diaz, yes, I would sell Diaz out of the two. But if there's a world where we can add Rodrygo and Isak and keep Diaz, then we absolutely should be trying to do that. No, you're right. So if that can't happen, then yes, I'm willing to sell Diaz to bring in Rodrygo.
Why are you so willing to give him a contract? Because we're looking at a 250 million pound outlay for two players there. On top of the 200 million quid we spent, Luis Diaz coming in and gets you the money.
We're not spending 250 on Isak and Rodrygo.
Right, okay, we're spending what? So 150 on Isak.
You're gonna have to. Probably about 200.
How much do you think
it would be around? If Real Madrid want want 86 million for Rodrygo, we'll say we negotiate it down to 80, 75. We work well and get down to 75.
130 for Isak. So 215 then. 220, 210, 215.
So add that on top of what we've already spent this window, which is...
But then Nunes would be going.
Oh, yeah, we've got a
Chiesa
bag of
would
players
be
to be
going.
selling. We've got a bag
How
of
much do you
players.
think Chiesa is getting us?
Elliot would be going.
Chiesa
Morton
gets
would be
15,
going.
20 mil.
One of the
Okay.
left backs is going. We know Simicast or Robbo's going.
Right.
So you'd be starting to bring in about 100 million minimum from the players leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So what difference does it make?
So that's still a 300 million pound net spend. Liverpool, despite the fact we're willing to spend the money now, are not going to spend 300 million pounds net
Why
in a
not?
window.
Why not?
Why not? This
Because-
is a new era. Stop thinking about what we did before, Tom. Before
Brother,
we've never paid.
Are you
We've never
still
paid 100
doubting my
million for a
owners, bro?
player.
What are we doing there?
I
You're still
will-
doubting my owners.
I'm doubting the logic behind Liverpool being able to, because in this world, what we're doing is we have spent 116 on Verts, 30 on Frimpong, 40 on Kerkez. That's 190. We're also assuming that we're going to add Guehi in that as well, because Guehi's the top centre back target.
Yeah.
If not, we'll just say we had the centre back for around 40 million quid. 230 million right there. And we agreed 220 million pounds for Rodrygo and Isak together. That's if you do really well in your negotiations. So we're looking right there at 430 million pounds outlay this window.
Yeah.
How much do you think Liverpool are willing to spend net wise? Because
Okay,
Right,
well,
let
let's
me
do
grab this one.
let's
Let me
do
grab
the
this one.
outgoings then.
Hold on. Let me grab this one. Let me grab this one. Tom, we are for a start, we're saying players. Last summer, we bought one player and made a profit. Signed that one in January before that, and signed that one in January just gone. The club have to have this outlay because we haven't done it for such a long time. So this notion of we can't spend, if you break this amount down over the last 4 windows, you're effectively looking at 100 million pounds a window, which isn't crazy money. So that's the first thing. I've already said we're selling players. Not just that. If you front end all the players we need to get this summer, then for subsequent windows in the future, all we're doing is replacing what's going out or fine tuning. We're not having to do rebuilds or mini rebuilds. This is a summer where we had to go big or go home. Because if we are ahead of schedule. Slot weren't meant to come in and win the league last season. He was meant to establish top 4, and then we're meant to go again. Brilliant, we're ahead of schedule. We won the league. We're doing a madness. Boom. Now we're able to get your verts and stuff over the line. You have to strike while the iron's hot, or else we lose this opportunity, like we did when we won the Champions League, and like we did when we won the Premier League last time. We say what you want about FSG. We do seem to learn from our mistakes, and this seems like we are doing that this summer. So we can't sit there and go, because of this, because of that.
But we're learning from our mistakes, but we're not completely throwing everything at the football. Liverpool are not changing how they operate as a football club. We still have the intention to be self. For a near 450 million pounds transfer outlay.
We haven't spent any money for 2
outlay,
years.
Tom. Outlay. What about the players leaving?
We literally. What do you mean we haven't spent any money for 2 years?
Since we did the summer rebuild of the midfield, we haven't spent any
what-
money.
So that was one summer. In between one
Who
summer.
we bought since the pop of Glazer, Tom? We bought nobody.
Right, so we made the 30 million pound profit last window because we bought Mamardashvili in case what we sold, Carvalho, Sepp Vandenberg, and a couple of others. My point is, if you're looking at a 3-year window, which is how PSR operates, we are looking at it going, we had a loss the year that we bought the midfielders. We spent 60, 35, 35, 20. That's however much it comes out to.
Was it a loss though? Because we didn't spend any money the summer before that.
We did spend money the summer before Nunes.
Yeah, the one player. Who else?
Our record signing, and the only player that we sold of note was Sadio Mane for 30 million quid.
Tom, we literally sit here every summer and every window and complain that Liverpool have absolutely no outlay. And where is all the money going?
I am not.
So how on earth
but
can you think that there isn't money available to do a one big summer every 2 or 3 years, which is what this will be? If I can see Arsenal and all these other teams spending this much money, Tom, why can't Liverpool?
Because we're not. Arsenal never spent.
We make more money than them.
Arsenal never spent 450 million quid in one window. This is the point that I'm
but they have when you spread it across 2 or 3 windows, which is what we would effectively be doing.
Okay. So look, I pulled up so we'll go from 21-22. 21-22 is when we'll go from. That's what 4 seasons ago. So it'll be a 5-year window, 21, 22, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 5 years. So 21, 22, as a season, we spent 94 million euros and we made back 31.65. So that's about what, 63 million euros spent. So we are 63 million euros spent first year, after the first year. I'm just writing all this down so I can follow it. Second year, 22-23, we spent 145 million euros. We bought in Nunes, Gakpo, Carvalho, Ramsey, and Arthur Mello's loan cost us 4 million quid. And we made back 80 million euros. So that is another year of what? 65 million euros spent. Then 23-24, spent 172 million euros and made back 60. So that is 112 million after year 3. Now, last season, we made a profit. We only spent 42 million euros and we made back 47 million euros. So that is a profit of 5 million. So we've made +5 there. And then this season, in this world where we're saying we get Rodrygo, Isak, and we keep Diaz, we are spending near on, I'll say, 420 million euros. And how much are we making back in sales?
Probably about
Tom, you know, before we get to that, let's just work out that when you was doing those calculations, you basically said we spent 220 million in 3 years. Mm-hmm. For a club like Liverpool, that is absolutely nothing. That is absolutely nothing, Tom. In 3 years. And you don't think we've got the money to be able to have one big summer? Come on, bro.
I think you've got the money to have one big summer, but I don't think you have all this 300 million pound wiggle room that we think we're going to have, where we don't have to sell Diaz.
We can officially spend 700 million within PSR, Tom.
No,
it would
we
be
can't.
stupid to do it. Yes, we can.
No,
I've heard financial.
I don't think it's
talk about how much money Liverpool have got to spend and still be within the PSR parameter.
Either way, Tom, you're saying the outlay is 400 mil. If we were spending 400 mil without making player sales, I'd 100% agree. But here's some of the players that we probably will sell between now and the end of the window, right? I'll read it out. So you're looking at Diaz, Nunes, Elliott, Chiesa.
Hold on. This was done on the basis that Diaz isn't going, so don't include Diaz.
All right, I'll leave Diaz then. Nunes, Elliott, Chiesa, Morton, Kumas, Doak, Tsimikas, Ramsey, Williams, Gordon.
Sorry, Kai Gordon.
Yes, Tom, we'll be selling Kai Gordon.
Straight out the back.
Oh, it's 2 mil will be really fucking good for us, won't it?
It'll come up
but
to
the
about
club's going to
200
make 100 million just from selling Elliott and Nunes. If the prices that we're being told are around 50 to 55 mil for Nunes and around 40 to 50 mil for Elliott, then that means you get 100 mil back from just selling those two alone. Kwanzaa went for, was it 30 mil? 30. Kwanzaa went for
30.
Is this going early?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm hearing that Morton's going for around 15 million.
He's down bad at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
You know what I mean? Name some of them other players. Count 20 mil probably around for Chiesa if he goes.
You're not getting 20 mil for Chiesa. He played 5 games and we bought him for 14.
Why can't we?
Because Chiesa cost us about 12-13 million.
He's still a good player, and if
but he hasn't played.
He's still revered. He's still revered in Italy. Even if we got 15 mil, we get our money back. It's still 15 mil to add to the money.
Okay. So let me just do all this math here. So we are saying.
Sorry, what about prize money? Does prize money not come into this?
This is what I'm
saying.
We
also have. That's fine. We can't just spend prize money on transfer fees. We've also got wages.
Tom, can I ask you a question, Tom? Why are you so angry?
What about the new Adidas deal? Do you know how much money?
Why is Tom so mad? Like you're just angry.
I want this
scenario. Anger management.
It doesn't make sense.
I'll take you to listen, Tom. I'll take you to my kickboxing class on Monday because you need to release out all the anger. You're very angry. You need
Tom,
to relax,
serious question. Whether you agree,
can I say something, please, before you ask him another question and the quality of the conversation just goes to the shits again? Let me just say this. When it comes to Chiesa, have you guys considered the fact that we need to keep him low-key? Because I was saying this earlier on the stream by myself. Hear me out. Obviously, our situation is currently we have 5 forwards. 2 of them want to go. Okay? So now that's Nunes and Diaz that actively we know been told by reports want to leave. I'm now left with Chiesa, Gakpo, and Salah. Those are the 3 that if those two leave, will remain at the football club, right? Now, even if I go sign 2 strikers, that makes it 5. And if I sign another winger, that makes it 6. I don't think we should be headed into next season with 5 forwards. It should be 6. The good thing about Chiesa is people haven't considered this. And I know the guy that, screamed about Morgan Rogers might get angry. But I think that playing Chiesa as a backup striker is a better idea than even playing him as a backup winger. Because I actually think, and I said this actually, and deep what I'm about to say, at the 5 forwards we have currently, this is how I would rank their finishing ability. Number 1, Mo. Number 2, Gakpo. Number 3, Chiesa. Number 4, Diaz. And number 5, Nunes. I actually think Chiesa is a very good finisher.
You're right.
And if he played deep, yeah, some might even claim he's a better finisher than Gakpo.
Yeah.
You think about it now. If you are, let's say, okay, I'll put it to you this way, completely honest, right? Let's say we're 1-0 up against Arsenal at Anfield, and it's the 80th minute, right? You can put Chiesa at striker to counter-attack because he's got that pace to run in behind and he's got the finishing ability. And I don't need him to go up against fullbacks all the time, And he's very good first touch as well. So that's the thing. So if we go sign, let's say, Isak, we keep Chiesa as backup striker, and then we sign Malik Fofana to be backup left winger, I'm good with that. I'll take my chances. Because there will be a point in time, and I'm telling you all right now, I'm warning everyone on the panel and on the chat, there will be a point in time where we're selling too much. Which is why I took a step back today, and I went like, listen, if you're giving me Isak, I'm okay with keeping Diaz and Gakpo. I genuinely thought about it today. I do feel like there is way too much change in this moment in time. Like, I fully believe it. Because
I said this a few weeks ago, bro.
But there's another even element to this, Drifty. We got a report yesterday that Liverpool could be willing to sell Konate for 50 million euros. Now, if we sell Konate, that's how many starters now changing?
Yeah, that's
because you look at it now. Let's assume Konate goes, right. How many starters were there last season? Alisson, starters. I'm saying Alisson, Van Dijk, Gravenberch, McAllister. That's 4. Salah, 5.
I still think Bradley might start ahead of Frimpong to begin the season.
Yeah, but let's not argue semantics, Callum. Can you not do this? So we have 5. So we have 5. So we have 5.
Yeah, because technically Bradley weren't a starter, Cal. So technically it's still a change because
you're a fraud anyway. So you interrupted me for a fraudulent point. So now I've got 5 starters. You got me, and the 6 are all new. So it's like
Hassam, I said this.
I low-key would keep Diaz and Gakpo, honestly.
And you know the crazy thing, Hassam? It's a title-winning change. It's not the team that finished 5th, so you feel like you need the change. It's a title-winning team. I don't think half the first 11 should change from a title-winning team. I think it is a bit dramatic.
It is because we've won the league. But again, if you're going to look at the overall context, this had to happen at some point. Because we've been so lackluster with our transfers over the last 4 years, we had to have a summer where there was a big amount of change. Again, I reiterate, we weren't meant to win the league last season. That weren't meant to be our season.
I think it was, but I hear what you're saying.
We were meant to win it. We're happy. Obviously, we're over the moon. We won it. We weren't the team that were meant to win it. It was meant to be Arsenal, Man City last season. We had a lot of change. We had a new manager. We finished the previous season third. And we hadn't added to the squad apart from Chiesa. We weren't meant to win it. We were top for the longest. So this summer, it might be. No, Drift, you're missing the point, though. Going into the season, we weren't meant to win it. When we were in the season, we were meant to win it because we amassed the lead. The reason why we're here now and with Uman and Arendt is because we won the league. Effectively, this summer had to happen regardless. It had to happen regardless because if you keep on hanging on to players for as long as possible and not making as much change, we get into a situation now where the squad's bloated and you've got to bring in a bunch of players. That's where we've got to now.
I hear where you're coming from.
It has to be done. Plus, some of these players are naturally going to want to leave. I do want to speak about the winger situation, though, because Hassan made a good point, losing too many players. We can all agree Gakpo's staying. I think all of us here would like us to sign Rodrygo, right? But we all pretty much think that Diaz is going.
Yep.
I hear what you're saying, Hassam. I don't want us to go into the season with 5 attackers. However, if we were to go into the season with 5 attackers, let's say it's Rodrygo and Gakpo as your 2 left wingers, Isak as your striker, Salah, we need someone to cover Salah's side. And this has been neglected for a long time. I can go with
If
us
we
getting
sign
someone-
Rodrygo and Isak, it's okay if Tom is back up.
It's not because when Salah goes to
You're
Africa,
doing
what
the
happens then?
1% chance. That's very unlikely.
Rodrygo
Callum.
can
That's
play
not-
right
you know
wing.
to be unlikely.
Okay, but what happens when Isak needs a rest? Who plays there? Then?
Okay, don't do both. It's like it
No,
could
but
be
this can
Isak
happen,
and
though.
Fofana or Rodrygo and Ekitike. It can't be Rodrygo and Isak.
And this is my point. So, if you had to choose between the two, who are you choosing? Isak or Rodrygo, Hassam?
Oh, Isak all day.
Tom, Isak or Rodrygo?
Isak.
Drift, Isak or Rodrygo? Why do you look like that, Tom? You're gonna say
No,
something.
no,
wild,
no,
you?
because I was just trying to.
Someone's
I was
gonna
trying
say,
to
"Well, I think I'd go for Gwesen actually."
No,
I'm gonna
no,
go for Bendo.
No, I was just thinking about who's the option if I don't get them. So like who I think is the biggest drop off.
We
I
ain't
think
got there yet.
anyone from Isak is bigger than
We ain't got
Fofana
there
from
yet.
Rodrygo.
All right, so let's say it is Isak, but Diaz goes. What happens to left wing and striker then? What happens to Salah? Because we're not keeping Chiesa either, guys. I'm just breaking that to you. Slot don't rate him. Chiesa wants minutes. He wants to be back in the Italian setup. This is my point. So
gimme.
I do think
on the right.
we need Isak and Rodrygo, sorry. But I also think we need to get a right winger as well.
Do you have the right winger there?
Who's the right winger?
Your right winger. No, your right winger's Doak.
Oh.
I don't know why you're so against.
Tom, are you trolling?
No, I don't know why.
I'm so done with this guy.
I feel like people.
Done.
I genuinely feel like people haven't.
You just argued with me about Diaz.
Let him be on camera by
Ben
himself.
Doak.
Let him
In
be on camera by himself.
2025, you want Ben Doak.
100%. I'd run Doak as the backup right winger. You've got to bear in mind, it's very hard to sell that role to anyone who you'd buy. You can't sell that role to anyone you buy.
What about Tyler Dibling?
Tyler Dibling!
Arsenal sold the concept to Madueke being back.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
Have they done?
Us as Liverpool fans get
Hold on. Have they? Or have they sold?
Madueke is going to be a starter.
Have they sold him? Have they sold him the concept of starting left winger? Because no one knows where Madueke is going to play.
Either way, he's going to be in rotation because they're not just going to have one left winger, are they? They're not just going to have Madueke.
No, 100%. They're not just going to have Madueke. But if he's doing it in multiple, if he's battling for first choice left winger, and when we need to rest Saka, you can go. That's fine. That's not happening in Liverpool because left wing. If we're getting Rodrygo and it's Rodrygo and Gakpo, you ain't getting a fucking sniff there. Bang out the door. Okay. So what other options have I got? Let's try a 10, and maybe I can be a backup right winger and a backup 10. In the 10, I'm battling with Verts and Sobasai. Fuck, I'm not getting in there. Okay, backup striker. I've got Isak, so I'm going to be the backup to a first choice striker or the backup to a first choice right winger, both of who are never going to be dropped from the Premier League 11, barring injury, and the right winger never gets fucking injured anyway.
Or maybe Slot learned from last season I can't play these players until the wheels fall off. So I will actually rotate this season because I'll have more players in the team that I trust now. Could that not be a concept?
Which he will 100% be doing because he himself actually said he's
no, but when you're
that.
saying rotate, are we talking about like he's going to sit there and go, Salah, you're not starting every Premier League game this season? Of course, Salah's starting every game he's fit for.
Why would he?
Because he's Mohamed Salah.
But he's also getting on a bit, so you have to be.
Exactly.
You have to be mindful.
And he's going to be at AFCON.
Exactly. So you think? Hold on, this is the matter. You think that Mohamed Salah, who was for year on year, let me pull up his stats for every single season, the games he's played. You think after 8 years, last season he played 38 games. The year before that, he had AFCON and he had.
Who's been his backup?
Throughout all these years.
And this is the reason why he always tailed off at the end of seasons, Tom, and that's what you want to avoid.
Oh, right. Thank you.
No, every season, even when he was in his 20s, he would tail off.
I don't think he tailed off at the back end of last season. I don't think he did.
Because it was the first time when he wasn't doing all the running and he wasn't. But all the other seasons, he was knackered and he tailed off. When has Salah not tailed off towards the end of a season?
17,
He's
18.
literally done it for the majority. I think maybe his first 2 or 3 seasons.
2017, 18,
I'm sorry,
2018,
Scrap
19,
just said, why can't
20.
Tom just talk? 59 minutes into the video, I promise you, Tom has spoke for 40 minutes of them.
No, I think he meant that as in shouting.
Oh, just
Since
screeching. Yeah,
we
you're
won
right.
the league in 1920.
Yeah, you're right, Scraps. My
Salah
bad.
has been
I
tailing
thought
off
you're
at the
saying he
end of
hasn't
every
spoken.
game.
No, Drift, I'm not having that. 2020,
Well,
2021, he was our best player to end the season.
Oh, yeah,
Actually,
No,
he was our best player throughout the season.
but everyone that season was kind of poor at the beginning, so I guess that was
But he
scenario.
didn't tail off though.
No,
That
he
season.
didn't tail off that season. But the
All right,
season where we're
since
chasing the
21-22, then he's tailed off every season. It's still 3 or 4
okay,
years.
so-
The
so-
evidence
so-
today
so
is getting
20
older.
So 21, 22, we all say tailed off.
Don't look at the numbers, Tom. We watched the games. It's not just about numbers.
Because
We watched him.
Hassan will know
we
this
watched
because I was doing
his-
shows
we
with him.
watched it.
Hassan will notice I was doing shows with him at the time. I said Mohamed Salah has not tailed off at the back end of 21-22. The numbers got worse. In reality, his role changed because we changed how the attack played. Because first half of the season, it was Jota up front, Mane on the left. Second half of the season, it was Diaz and Mane. Salah, in the second half of the season, got more assists than anyone in the Premier League. And he missed the first month of it.
Stats.
All right,
It's about watching.
sorry,
and
let me
seeing
just bring the
performances.
conversation back. Let me just bring it back. All right. So we're
Oh,
saying
hold on, 22-23. Final 10 games of 22-23. Outside of Alexander Arnold, he was our best player. He scored or assisted every game, multiple times in most games.
Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones was not better than Salah in that run of the season. No. Curtis Jones was more surprising, not better.
And again, we're just talking about stats. We're talking about
That's the job of an attacker.
No, we can see his energy's lower. We can see everything about him is not the same as it is at the first half of the season.
Boys, let me just go back to the winger situation.
Plus, he's getting older.
Let's say we do get Rodrygo. You've got Gakpo and Rodrygo for the left. You've got Salah and Rodrygo can cover on the right. Cool. Does that then mean we have to get 2 strikers in? Because if you're saying you can't sell the idea of a right winger to come in and play behind Salah, how the hell are you going to sell the idea to come in and play behind Isak?
I think the only way you do it is by getting, you know, I know you said you don't want to do the whole versatility thing, but I think the only way you sell it is by getting a guy who's sold on being the backup striker on the backup right winger at the same time.
Some names.
Evan Gressman, for example. You know, if I had a bit of time, I'd probably look into it. But, you know, I'm sure Mikhail Tadzi has played on the right at points. I don't think he's great out there, but I think he's played on the right.
On the right. He's a bit
but again, the right-hand side situation, you've also got, in that case, Rodrygo could switch over there. If it came down to it, and the only striker you could get who was happy with the role could only play up front, you could move Rodrygo out there. There are options. I just don't think, for 8 years, ever since Mohamed Salah got here in 17-18, who've been his backups? He had no one in 17-18. In fact, Mane was his backup in 17-18, and Mane was on the left. 18-19, Shaqiri, who that was probably the season he played the most. 19-20, Shaqiri, barely qualified for the Premier League, barely played that little. 2020, 2021, Shaqiri, barely played. 21-22, Minamino, because Minamino got shoved out to the right that season at points. So Minamino was his backup. I think Kai Gordon got a couple of minutes. 22-23, Harvey Elliott. 23-24, Diaz, who was more often than not the starting left winger. 24-25, absolutely no one bar Harvey Elliott for like 10-15 minutes at the end of the games. Yeah. We have never been able to sell that, but we have tried multiple different types. We've tried multiple different options. You cannot sell that position as the backup because Mohamed Salah doesn't miss matches, and no manager is going to sit there and say to Mohamed Salah, "You're not playing in my big games." Carabao Cup, 100%.
All right, but what about selling the project to a younger player, and where you go, he's only probably going to be here for maybe 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You can come in now, get your feet under the table, learn from Salah, and then you become one of the main guys in the team.
Mm-hmm. I get that, Cal, but let me ask you this. Do you think a guy coming in to be backup to Salah for 2 years, playing at most 15 games on the right a season, because Salah will play all the rest, do you think in 2 years' time, the fans will sit there in that moment seeing arguably the greatest player in this club's Premier League history depart and go, yes, the right winger who's played 30 games is ready to step up to that mantle?
Yeah, but then
you will.
No, you're right. But then you still have wiggle room because you could go and get someone else. It's not like you bring in a right winger now and that has to be the winger that starts when Salah finishes. You can go and get someone like a Elise, for example, and then address it again, and then address the situation again.
But then we're looking at the situation for the backup. That backup then came here for 2 years, was promised to be the starter, And then once that
Well,
time
you're
came,
not
was
no,
sort of
no,
put
you're
off
not
again.
you're not promising him to be the star. If you're
That
good
was
enough,
what
then you-
that was
No.
what you said at the start.
if you're good enough, I'm not just giving you the key to the city. You got to prove it. You got to prove you got some minerals about you. What are we doing there? I'm not
I
bringing
just
in
don't.
anyone on any promises unless you're world class.
I
right
just
now.
don't think if we haven't been able
Sorry,
to sell
boys,
the
I'm gonna jump out
Yeah,
to
cool,
because
bro.
obviously I got yeah.
Big
So
Big up, Mufti.
apologies for the dramatic, but I didn't know when this argument was gonna start. I'm sure this will continue for however long. But no, big up, boys. I'll see you
Big
lot
up.
next week. Chat, make sure you smash the like button and yeah, let me know afterwards, Cal, how long this argument continues for you.
Well, I got to wrap up. Cool, Big up,
boys. Peace.
Yeah, he's got school run. My child is on the stream.
I just don't think you can sell it. I'll be honest. I wouldn't be shocked next
Tom,
year.
you want to know your
Punch it back
problem?
up.
You in your mind
Okay.
exists
Here
two
we go.
versions of Liverpool.
Mhm.
You think Liverpool is like Stockport in the other half of the brain. It just doesn't. You just don't understand who Liverpool are. If Arsenal Football Club, who have finished second 3 years in a row, have managed to sell a starting right winger at Chelsea, backup option at Arsenal, then we can do the same thing. Also, no one is asking for us to go get backup right wingers who are fucking elite. That is where I would agree with you. If you come here and you go, if anyone says, let's go buy, as an example, Rafinha so he can sit on the bench for more, I'd agree with you. You make a solid point. All we're saying is, go get some 22, 23-year-old guy from the Belgian league, from the French league, from wherever the fuck, for £10 million, who can come on the pitch and make an impact for me, who can play Carabao Cup games, FA Cup games. That's all I fucking need. And you come here and you're so dramatic about a backup right winger. You don't know your problem. You both are very drama. Like everyone in the chat will tell you, guys, these both are extremely dramatic.
Coming from Hassam.
3 weeks ago, we had an argument about fifth choice centre back because of Callum Sanderson saying we need a fifth choice centre back. And this week, we're having an argument about how do we sell someone the right wing backup slot.
I've
Like
said
that,
Tyler
like
Dibling.
it's so difficult. So if we go to Crystal, I'm giving you the most basic example. If we go to Crystal Palace, we offer them 8 million for Ismail Assar, and we go like, Ismail Assar, come play backup. He's gonna go like, no,
8
I
million
want to
quid for
start
Ismail
for Crystal
Assar.
Palace.
You think you get Ismail Assar for 8
No, it's
million
just an
quid?
example, Tom. Forget about the price. All right.
See
let's say
how
we
he
got-
doesn't respond to the main point, and he responds
Yeah,
to
No,
the semantics.
do you
Hold on,
want me
hold on,
to be honest, Sam? I'll be very honest. Your whole point about options, you said that you just need a 10 million guy from Belgium or France or whatever. I would sooner give Ben Doak the opportunity than buy a 10 million quid guy from Belgium or
But we've seen
or
Doak
France.
ain't the level, Tom. All right.
How have you seen that though? He's played about 5 games for us, and last year in the first half of the championship season, he was electric. One of the best players in the division until he got injured.
Do you know what? I'm going to ask everyone in the chat, and I'll ask you, Hassam. Ben Doak or Tyler Dibling?
It's so blurry. But
I think I can half make it out.
That's Ben Doak.
mhm.
That's toml1ttle. That's Kopish.
Yeah, I'm back in the good wings at the football club. Are you asking me if I would rather
Wow.
Tyler Dibling or Ben Doak? I'd rather Ben Doak. Ben Doak's a better winger than Tyler Dibling is.
False 9.
Ben Doak's a better winger than Tyler Dibling is, 100%.
Callum, can you also put the Dibling in the bag, please? Like, just put it in the bag. Dibling ain't that good. He's just okay player. Allow it.
But hold on, Hassam. You just said you just need anyone from Belgium or France.
Yeah, because I ain't trying to pay no damn 60 fucking million for Tyler Dibling.
No one ain't paying 60 mil for
That's
Dibling. What are
here's
you
the
doing?
problem I want you to understand. Arsenal have absolutely royally
They have
fucked
their-
the
they
whole
have their-
transfer window.
Yeah, they have.
Do you understand that fucking Noni Madueke just went for 50 million? We're all fucked. Anyone who wants to buy a winger is absolutely fucked right now. Like, people need to deep this. Because all anyone else has to say is, yeah, Noni Madueke went for 50 million. Ilanga went for 50 million. So, of course, we want more money. Let's be serious. You get me? I
They
get
want
Tom's
more
point about
experience.
Ben Doak. All I'm saying is
They've
the
got
guy's
relegated.
way too
Southampton
young.
just got relegated as well.
Say that again?
Southampton just got relegated. It's not like Southampton in a position where they can be like, yeah, 60 mil. for
Habibi,
Dibling.
I know, but they want a lot of money.
Go on, Tom. What's this you brought up? Is this a comparison with Ben Doak and Tyler Dibling?
No, it's actually a comparison between Ben Doak and Lamine Yamal, you know.
Oh my No.
Oh God, I'm out.
Yeah. No.
No, I can find you that Tyler Dibling Bendo comparison if you want.
We've worked too hard on this channel to build a reputable.
No, I'll do that. I'll do that Bendo Tyler Dibling comparison for you right now, mate.
I can't believe what you just did. Like you mean Lamar and been playing Champions League and La Liga.
Comparison with Ben Doak.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
I can hear the unsubscribe button getting clicked as we speak. I didn't realize.
It's a good point.
I did not
They
realize.
have families, Tom. That's how they feed their kids.
I didn't realize you were an Tom. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm seeing it clearly now.
Oh yeah, you're seeing it clearly.
I wish the United Kingdom would just give me a visa so I can just one day just fucking get you in a room and just beat you like a dog. Just one day, just fucking punch the shit out of you. Hopefully you get some logic in your brain, honestly. Just one fucking day. I want to chat. I'm gonna smash your boy. I'm gonna smash.
I'm gonna smash your boy.
Hold on, pause.
When I'm doing ground and pound on this fraud, when I'm doing ground and pound on this fraud, I just want to ask him. I just want to ask him which striker he wants at Liverpool every time. Honestly,
all right, let me ask you. All right, we're not going to agree on this because you're throwing Ben Doak out here.
We're not going to agree on this. Let's compare Ben Doak to Lamine Yamal. We're not going to.
No. I was never.
No shit, Sherlock. No one agrees. No one. Ben Doak doesn't agree.
It's shocking. Mark Guehi, guys. Before we wrap things up, Palace are not budging on the 50 million price tag. Mark Guehi has said that he's not going to push a move, and he's happy to see out his contract. And Palace seem to be happy to see him see out his contract as well.
Pay it, he's worth it.
Okay,
he's worth it.
Yeah. No,
can we be honest?
Just pay it.
Can we be honest?
Hassam, I don't have an issue. You're not having. Don't debate with me, Hassam. Don't debate with me, Hassam. Hassam, debate with the other person because I think he's going to.
Oh, I'm debating with Tom. I'm debating with the chat. I'm debating with everyone. 50 million in today's market gets you what? Right now, everyone in the chat, give me example of a player that you can buy for 50 million. Go ahead. Hato, who has 0 Premier League experience, who's actually a better left back than center back, costs 40 million. 50 million is. I love the fact that you called him other person, by the way. Like he's just fucking has no name. What does 50 million give you? Genuinely. Okay, I'll ask you a question, Callum. Tomorrow, Spurs call Liverpool to buy Curtis Jones. How much are we going to ask for?
Yeah, probably about 50.
Okay, Guehi's worth 50 million. Premier League experience, captain, played center back in a back 3, played it in a back 2. Ask Crystal Palace fans, they'll always tell you he gives them like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 minimum every week. He's very solid. People thought Joachim Anderson was the better center back. That got debunked immediately. Mark Guehi is very good on the ball. Bro, 50 million is worth it. By the way, and we have to keep something in mind. The only reason why he's worth 50 million, you want to know why? It's because it's the last year of his contract.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, Palace would ask for 70. Genuinely.
Tom,
I'm being completely genuine right now.
Yeah, I do agree with
what?
You just pay what it takes.
If we called Chelsea and wanted to buy Levi Colwill, how much would they ask for?
Oh, they're asking for like 80.
Yeah,
80.
No, okay, without exaggeration, they'd ask for 70.
No, they'd probably ask for about 80 or 90, bro. But they just bent Arsenal over for 50 mil for Madueke, bro.
I hear you, but we're not Arsenal. We don't bend. So let's say they ask us for 70, right? Is Levi Colwill worth 20 million more than Mark Guehi?
No.
Khalas, you have your answer. 50 million is a fair price, I'll be honest with you. Completely fair.
There's your Tyler Dibling Bendo comparison as well, Callum, that you can look at some point.
Who's who?
Tyler Dibling's the blue and Bendo's the red.
Okay. And what league did Ben Doak play in?
The same league that Tyler Dibling's going to be playing in next season.
No. What league did he play in the season just gone?
The Championship, mate.
And what league did Tyler Dibling play in?
The Premier League, mate.
How many games did Ben Doak play last season?
About 27, I think, before his injury.
And how many did Tyler Dibling play?
Tyler Dibling played about the same, I think. No, actually, 33.
Oh, okay.
27 and 33.
Where did Middlesbrough finish in their league?
Middlesbrough finished. Not that this says anything about the quality of the league. It says, if anything, says more about the quality of his team. They finished in 10th.
And Tyler Dibling's team, where did they finish?
20th.
Cool, sweet. You done now, or yeah?
No, because stats don't lie. This is a man.
No, but they have to be contextualized.
Yeah, we can contextualize it. Let's look at the fact that Tyler Dibling, as a winger, only beats Ben Doak on percentage of dribblers tackled, percentage of aerials won, clearances and blocks.
I'm going to show you what you're showing me now means F-all. Can you bring back up the Yamal and Ben Doak comparison?
Do you want that one?
I'm going to shut down this whole stats talk forever from now on, because we are not doing this anymore.
By the way, just quickly, 1 second. Callum, this is very important. He mocked you for Dibling. toml1ttle March 3rd. Here's how you retain a league title.
I wouldn't play him on the wing, though.
Human to Somslai.
I wouldn't play him on the wing.
What does this say?
Nico Paz.
Sick.
It says Nico Paz, mate. It says Nico Paz.
Because guess why? Dibling can play two positions in the team, like Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, but Callum, we've established.
Whoa. Which one's Yamal, and which one's Ben Doak?
The yellow one. The yellow one's Lamine Yamal.
So by just looking at this, forget the names on the screen. By looking at the two colors, orange and blue, it would seem that they're pretty similar in quality, wouldn't it, Tom?
Because they are.
Okay, cool. This is my point. Stats mean nothing without it being contextualized. Nothing. I'm sick of this whole GA stuff.
The stats are telling me.
Conversation on eye test. Marry the two or don't involve me in the conversation going forward.
Stats are telling me that Ben Doak is where we should be going. We should be giving it to Ben Doak. Okay, I'm not spending. I don't see the point when I have a player who's got as much potential as Ben Doak, who's shown as many moments of brilliance as Ben Doak, who's already a full international for his national team, by the way, in Ben Doak. You have that as your option, and you're saying, now let's fuck that off for Tyler Dibling to play out of position on the right. And then but he has the option of being the third choice attacking midfielder if we ever need that. But you're basically asking me to sell Ben Doak and Harvey Elliott to buy where's Harvey Elliott?
Let me ask you a question. He's younger than Harvey Elliott for a start, and he'd probably be more accepting of the role.
Yeah, he's worse.
Wait. Out of 10, what did you rank Gap postseason last season? In the Premier League only. What would you rank?
Premier League only. About an 8.
About an 8. What would you rank Martinelli's Premier League season out of 10? Just numbers.
Last season.
Just Premier League.
About 6.
But he only got 2 less GA in a worse team, and he played less games. Oh, do you see how silly it is now?
No, because cool. Not at all. Because you're just throwing out blanket statements.
You are throwing out blanket comparisons with Lamau. Hassam, help me, bro.
I ain't gonna help you. I gave up on him 3 years ago.
You're trying to. Let's look at the moments where these guys are scoring, and Cody Gakpo's scoring in the biggest games.
And Tom is very important now, by the way. Like, you ask Tom for shows now, he's like, "Are you free at 7?" He's like, "No, I'm not free at 7. I'm not free at 6. I'm only free at 1. I'm only free at 1:30." He's like, he thinks he's a celebrity as well.
Here we go.
Here we go. Like, I
apologize. I apologize for helping my parents move something. Sorry.
You're such a liar. No one helps their parents at 7 p.m. move. That's a lie.
I was. Guess what? Mine do, because they'll be moving all day.
So you ignored them for the first 10 hours of you being awake.
No.
But at 7 p.m. suddenly you want to help them move.
No, I didn't. No.
So why were you free at 1 then and not at 7 when your parents are moving?
Because we were having a break at 1. I was going to do an hour with you at 1 and then get back.
Oh, you're having a break. You're a liar, mate.
I'm not a liar.
Oh, you are on the. Were you on the top 5 show? Were you on the top 5 show?
Yesterday, no.
So if I go to YouTube to Football Terrace,
you can look tomorrow. I went on that show at 5 o'clock yesterday.
Yes.
We'll get back to
it. Despite the fact you're compulsive.
Shout out to Josh. RIP. My video won't compress below 25 gigabyte. Josh, DM me and we'll figure out something what we can do. Shawnee S says Tom just farted in the lift. Everyone clear out. That was your Morgan Rogers take.
That was for the Rogers one.
MJS Soccer Solution says pass my agent license. Who wants signing loads? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Shout out to the Herbsman again, gifting 10 memberships. If you received one of those, please do drop Herbsman a special thank you. Jaquez says kudos for 55 mil would have been a good false 9 versatile forward. How do you feel about Rodrygo and Jared as our 2 9s? Bowen's
Sorry, what is that last question?
How would you feel about Rodrygo and Bowen as our 2 9s? Bowen's not leaving, and Rodrygo, I would prefer not to see him as the number.
Everyone wants to replicate PSG. I just
Yeah.
want to say one thing to all of you guys. If anyone in the chat wants to replicate PSG, first thing you need to do is sell Gravenberg. End of.
And Gakpo probably.
Yes.
Gakpo can do a job.
No, he cannot do the PSG
He
thing.
can do, he can do.
You cannot do the PSG thing when you dribble like this. Okay?
Yeah.
Allow it, please. When you dribble like this, you can't do the PSG thing.
Ash says, "Why is every argument about GA so jarring?" Now, hey, Ash,
I will be so honest though. I will be so honest. When we are looking at forwards, that is the most important metric.
what's that? GA.
Yes, because a forward's job is to score goals and get assists. When we're talking about midfielders and defenders, that's where I hear it. Because I'm not sitting there signing a midfielder and going, "Your job's to score me goals." So that's what I'm going to mainly judge it by. But when we're talking about wingers, especially in the way that we played last year, their main job in the team was to score and create. So if their numbers for that aren't very good, I'm going to question why. An attacker's job is to score and assist. That's what they're in the team for. That's why you spend so much money on them. Now,
Real quick, do you guys think the Italian league or the French league is a harder league to play in?
French.
Ooh, I'd go with
If McTominay is your player of the season, I'll never disrespect you. I'll never respect you ever again.
I think
Have you actually? I just wanted to do
Wait.
something.
Sorry, really quick. I got to get through super quick. Tom, would you rather have Vlahovic or Mikatadze?
Mikatadze.
He just shut me up.
No, hold on. Mikatadze only scored one more goal than Vlahovic, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Mikatadze as well. But I said French league is more difficult.
No, but Mikatadze plays a very different role.
Yeah, and I think the French league is more difficult.
Exactly. So it's not just about GA. You've just proven my point.
And Mikatadze played 1,000 minutes last season, pretty much 1,400 minutes. How many minutes did Vlahovic play?
Callum, can.
You're just proving my point.
You're not proving your point because it matters within the context of it.
Oh,
no one's ever.
Oh, you want to contextualize that now, you fucking fraud?
No one's ever said that's not important.
Say your piece, bro.
No one's ever said that's not important.
You got them. It's done.
No one's ever said that's not important. I never
By the
said
way, for anyone who's mad at me
think
think the French league is better, go watch Lukaku's goals this season, please.
Facts. Ruairi says Diaz seems disrespected. Got over 20 GA versatile. Not many left wingers who'd be better attainable. Little logic in selling now. With Nunes sold to, that'd be 3 forwards that need.
I don't want to be the team that pays Luis Diaz. How much money do we think Diaz is going to ask for on this new contract? By the way,
I think he should get 150.
He's on that already, though. He's
supposedly.
On 140.
All of a sudden now
he's been on more than
Kids are waiting. Can you respect his kids?
Noor says, don't think FSG spend 150 mil plus net, even though I'd love it. I think we do this summer. R. Thompson says, would you consider Eze?
Left wing, yeah, of course.
No,
I don't think it makes that much sense for us. I'd rather us try and go for. I think Slot prefers play with direct wingers, and I don't think Eze is that. Even though I think he's a great footballer. Alex says, Hassam, I love you, no Diddy, but Chiesa has to go 150k a week for a guy the manager would give game time to behind everyone on the panel.
Italia se desta DCPO. I'm keeping Fede, man.
I'd like to as well. Noor says it'll be cool. It will be Cody and Hugo. Sorry, Cody and Gordon, Hugo and Mikatadze and Mo Frimpong, in my opinion. I don't think it will.
Frimpong is not backup right wing.
Exactly.
I'd rather not replace. If it's between Diaz or Gordon, I'll keep Diaz.
Alex says,
you don't know why? Because Gordon gave him the ick.
He did. He gave it the ick.
We have Frimpong and Doak. I think Frimpong will become right winger when Salah finishes, and Doak will be sold next season.
No, he will not.
Frimpong ain't gonna be starting right winger. Then we've got.
I don't think people realize how special a talent we've got with Ben Doak.
Cool. That's your opinion. Fahim says Salah AFCON, Frimpong right wing, Salah Bradley right back.
Frimpong will not play right wing.
Are we acting like players can't get suspensions and injuries? Frimpong right wing and Bradley right back. Do we not want to produce anything goal wise from our right hand side? Or SJ, Tom is right about Diaz. 18
big chances created.
Chances it created in 82 Prem starts. For context, last season 27 big chances created in 4 years, below average creator, average finisher, not worth it.
Luis Diaz
If Tom brought that up, he would have an argument. He brought up GA.
Yeah, sorry, Tom. I got to keep the convo moving, bro, because you've been doing a madness today. Ty, couldn't tell you how much I would want Rodrigo. Sorry, I'll start again. Couldn't tell you how much I don't want Rodrigo. He is nothing special. Diaz is levels above, never. You'll see if he arrives standard winger completely.
Rodrigo plays right wing with a right foot. Put Mo left wing, he wouldn't get 29 goals. Also, Rodrigo played 12 times for Real Madrid left wing. He had 6 goals, 6 assists in those 12 games.
Thank you, Sam. Frankie says, got here late and was going to watch from the start. Then I heard Tom mention Doak and Yamal in the same breath. Should I just like and move on?
Look, at the end of the day,
to be honest, yes, just like and move on.
At the end of the day, I simply have one question for you. Where's Lamine Yamal's goals in the championship or his assists in the championship, which is the toughest league in the world?
You know, I've never done this before.
Okay, now I can switch Tom.
I've never done that before. I hate doing that. I can't. I've got a family to feed, bro. Ash says Tom parents moved away, got fed up about hearing FM Wonder Kids is showing them girls at breakfast.
And then he went to help them move at 7.
Boys, have you got any streams coming up or any stuff you'd like us to promote?
Yeah, I'm live at 11 with Jamie Phillips. Jerry J. Hey, Mac. And
I love you always take a deep breath before you say Jamie Phillips' name.
He has to steal himself. Going.
But the problem is Jamie Phillips at 11 p.m. UK too. That's what makes it.
Oh, it's post-watershed Jamie Phillips, people. This is a real problem.
Come on, we get cancelled at 11.
Yeah, good luck. You'll be redirected from this stream to Jamie Phillips' stream as well. Tom, anything you got coming up you want to say, bro?
I mean, it appears that I might need to do a stream about Ben Doak and how people are criminally.
You know, you do that, Tom. You do that.
You know, I like I said, I don't think people realize how special the talent we've got on our hands here.
No,
Jamie, please, when you set up your stream, do 18 plus, please. Not available for kids. Ends, can you respond to your WhatsApp, you fraud? Anyway, go ahead, Tom.
We got Ends. Look, people, we're gonna wrap up there. I gotta go and do school run. I've got also decompress some of the things I've heard in this stream today. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna probably sit in the car for a couple of minutes before I pick up the kids. It's been a tough one, Tom. I was gonna say always a pleasure. We love you, bro. We love you.
I'll leave everyone with one final modicum of wisdom. Rio Ngamoa and Ben Doak is the best winger partnership in the Premier League.
See you later. Sam, love, bro. Best of luck with your show tonight.
Sorry, guys.
People in the chat, smash the like button, and I apologize as well. I apologize. Thank you for smashing the like button if you have made it to the end of the video. Tom, see you on Tuesday, I suppose. I
thought you were going to say, I hope I don't see you on Tuesday. I need a bit more time.
No. We love you, but, you know, you're family, so we can't trade you in at this point, innit? People, smash that like button, subscribe until we see you again. Stay safe, stay blessed with Kopish Route, people. Take care.